What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, you don't see much of Charleston White on this YouTube channel, although he is a YouTube sensation and taking the internet by storm. I don't agree with much of his presentation and how he comes across representing the community. However, you gotta admit, like they always say, a broken clock is right twice a day. But even when I hear that old adage, I'm wondering to myself, is the intention of the clock to be accurate twice a day? Or is that just coincidental of the circumstances surrounding the clock? It's still broken, as I believe Mr. White may be broken. But in this video that I'm presenting today, he did come across accurately in his description of the music industry. Looks like he's commenting on the P Diddy situation. And he was accurate about the way he described the glass ceiling of the music industry. You only gonna get so far till they ask you to be evil, till they ask you to do evil, till they ask you to embody evil. Let's see what Charleston talking about in this context. Let's go.
Me and Diddy fucking his son's girlfriends.
Damn.
Come on, homie. That nigga fucking his son's girlfriends. He a sick motherfucker, homie. But when you get that kind of money, you go be sick. You ain't got no choice but to be. You got too much money. Your fantasies and your imagination, homie, will make you sick with that kind of money. And you're not a God-centered, moral compass kind of guy. You fuck your friend, your son's girlfriends. You fuck the same girls that your son done fuck. Homie, that's a sick. You sick, nigga. But me and you couldn't get away with that. Me and you couldn't. That's why the Bible describes evil people being in high places like Puff Daddy. Evil don't exist down here. It exists up here.
Papa's pilot.
It lurks down here, but it exists up here. And where all of us down here trying to go? Up there with evil.
Right.
Almost everything up here is evil. Jay-Z, Tyler Perry, you can't get up here if you ain't evil, my niggas. It's a glass ceiling for those that's not evil. You can only go that high if you evil. You can only go that high if you evil. Because that's where evil exists. Goodness always come down here. So with that being said, who up here have you ever seen come down here?
This is why I advocate for all these young, talented musicians that I come across. Stay rooted and grounded in your home turf. Stay loyal to the soil. Don't get caught up in these evil machinations of the music industry, because there's only so far you can go without being caught up in this demonic foolishness. Now, I don't subscribe to a lot of the things that Charleston White says, but on this point, I have to agree. There is a glass ceiling at some point in your career as a musician. These young boys that we train up in the church and send out into the industry to be eaten by the game, by the sharks that exist in these deep waters of the music industry. We send them out here with this talent that they obtained in the church. There's only so far you're going to get before somebody puts a contract in your face and says, are you willing to sell your soul? Are you willing to exchange everything that God has placed in you? Everything that you learned in the church? Are you willing to give it all up for fame, for money? If not, you're going to hit this ceiling and you're going to hit it fast. All of y'all who move out the Midwest and the South and come to LA think you just going to bubble up based off talent. That's not how this works. Think you going to come up just based off how good you play. That's not how this works. Think because you got chops, you're going to jump to the head of the line. It's not how this works. At some point, you're going to reach that glass ceiling. And you're going to be faced with a fork in the road. Somebody's going to ask you, which way you going? You going to hold on to your morals, your teachings, your family values? Or you going to give up all of that for this fame? For these little accolades that the industry has to offer you, are you willing to give it up? That's that glass ceiling. If you want to bust through it, you're going to have to be a bad individual. You're going to have to forsake the things that you learned growing up. You're going to have to sell your soul. Because in many situations, that is what is attached to the fame that you desire. Yeah, the strings attached to fame. The strings attached to celebrity. And you will run into a point in this game where you're forced to make a decision. What are you willing to give up for everything you desire to obtain? Props to Charleston White for being accurate in this situation. There will come a day where you hit that glass ceiling and you will be forced to decide, choose ye this day whom ye will serve. You willing to give it up for the game? For this little fame that they have to offer you that is only temporary? We've seen it come and go in the past. We know what it's about. Are you willing to sell your soul? Because to get above that glass ceiling, you gotta sell it, bruh. It ain't coming for nothing. There's a cost that goes along with it. And even people like this broken clock understand that. I hope at some point you understand it and take an assessment of your life. And I pray that you decide that it's not worth it. Because it's not. I hope you make that decision when you come to that fork in the road. I hope you choose correctly. I hope you understand that even a broken clock can point you in the right direction. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time. Peace.